Alright, we're going to get started on vlog 2. This is a follow-up and it continues on some of the standing. But we're going to talk today about song, Fangsong. And this really refers to what Tai Chi is most well known for, this idea of relaxation. But the key points I want to focus on is that sometimes the idea of relaxation is misunderstood, and we want to go deeper into understanding the idea of letting go of tension, of unnecessary tension in the body. In contrast to the idea of if I'm sitting on my couch, I'm relaxing. But this is you're standing, you're doing something, you're physically engaged, but you're maintaining your structure while letting go any unnecessary tension that you may be having in your body that isn't necessary to do what you're trying to accomplish. We can go deeper and just say that song is more than just a physical aspect of releasing tension, but it's the mental intent in your mind. And this is really where your Tai Chi practice is happening, is inside your mind and inside your awareness, and how that translates to what you experience in your body. So we're going to talk about that intention. So if you did the video with the standing postures, or you've been taking class with me and we discussed standing, you're very familiar with the alignments that you need to hold. So review that if you need to. But now I want to talk more about where should your mind be, not just on the awareness of the parts, like on your lengthened back and chin down and shoulders relaxed and elbows down, and using both your awareness of your heels and your grabbing with your toes. But I want to go beyond that and talk about in the mind, while you're focusing on all those things, there's this underlining intent of being song, of letting go of unnecessary tension, so that your awareness is on those things, postural and physical places, but that you're constantly reviewing through your structure where tension is. And it's kind of like you may notice it in your back, you may notice it in your legs, you may notice it in your chest, and then you release those areas, and then you go back through your posture, through your mind, and then find where another area may be. The goal isn't to keep chasing tension, but it's to use your mind to let go of tension. So when you feel that your body is becoming tense through worry, anxiety, or thought, it's the same thing. It may not be a physical sensation, though it may be, but the underlying issue is that you become mentally tense, mentally agitated. So how to relax that? So your Tai Chi practice is a way to practice something physically that affects you emotionally, mentally, and expand it to you spiritually. So the physical practice is the frame, is the groundwork. It's where you do the work, but you expand it and take it into other aspects of your awareness. So song is this idea of letting go, but not becoming collapsed. So in Tai Chi, sometimes from the action, when you see people doing Tai Chi, or you push hands, or you do training with people, they're so focused on being relaxed that they become like a noodle. They become weakened, or their structure is compromised, or they collapse. Okay, those are common terms you'll hear people use. So you want to have this sense of structural strength and stability, expandedness. We're going to talk about that in a later vlog about Pong. But we want to feel that we're open, expanded, but at the same time, we don't create that through tension. We create that through awareness of these alignments, and we're coupling that with this idea of song, of relaxing to the body. So when you feel tension mentally even, the idea is to adjust the breath and let everything settle downwards, like sinking the body. Now there's some specific exercises that we're going to do as a follow along that are the physical practice of song. How you move, letting go of tension. You'll see that we're going to do a follow along with that. And you're familiar with those from coming to class. But when you're practicing the form throughout any aspect of the training, you're always seeking to find song in its relationship with structure. Okay? So song is an intention. It's the intent to let go of tension. When you see great athletes at their highest level of performance are in the flow, they're completely relaxed. Even under great duress and stress with their opponent or in the event itself, they can find this place of relaxation. it's one that comes from repetitious training. So song, as though it's a mental intent, it has to be practiced someplace for you to be to grasp it and for you to be to utilize it. Okay? So song, though it's a intention and an idea, is something that you have to have repetition with and practice to really grasp it and to bring it outside of the framework of the relaxed environment to more chaotic situations or under duress or stress, and still be able to pull on song. Okay? So that's what we're really going to be focusing on, and I want you to think about that in your practice. How can you take this sense of mindfulness of your body when you're releasing areas of tension? And it's very pragmatic in that, okay, I'm relaxing my shoulders, I relax my chest, my back is lengthened and I'm sinking downwards. I'm releasing any areas downward into my structure, relaxing down to the ground. Same thing when you have emotional duress and you're under stress and anxiety, it starts to get up, your energy feels like it's actually rising. Or sometimes you will just feel it in your guts, but it feels like it's stuck someplace. And that can create a sensation of duress in your body, like, I don't feel well. So what we want to do is, when that's happening, bring your awareness back to your breathing. Try to let go of that area. Settle into what you have practiced, the awareness that you develop from practice, and then draw that into your mental state and then deeper into your practice through what you know you can physically do. Try to expand that and pull that into what your thoughts are and your emotions, and that same thing that you can release the physical body, try to be able to release a feeling, a thought, okay, or a concern. So it's not something that necessarily you physically can see me doing, but there's times where I'll give you an example. Here, if I'm gonna exaggerate this, it's like I'm standing and then now I'm physically making myself settle downward, but I want to create this energetically feeling of like heaviness, everything just sinking down. Seafood Frank Roper used to always use this analogy of a waterfall. And I love waterfalls, and you'll notice if you follow me on Facebook, I find myself at waterfalls often. But he also uses this thing, when you're showering, it's like the water is running down your body. And it's like the same thing to do in your mind, to let things settle downward, to release them, to let gravity pull them into the ground. So this is song. It's a practice that there's physical exercises to do, which you're gonna follow along, and I'm gonna upload some song exercises. But the idea of letting go is something that you can practice. So I'm gonna just give you another example like I just did. Say I'm doing a movement in the form, like I'm here, and I begin to bring my hands up. As I rise, my hands are rising, but I focus on letting everything else settle down so that I feel myself become very rooted in my legs. Everything is sinking down into my legs. As I shift, I'm turning, but I'm still sinking down into my leg. The waist is free, it's turning, but everything on the other side, the left side, is settling in. Even though I'm turning my right foot, you may not be able to see my feet in this position, but I'm sinking, I'm letting things down into the ground. This is a constant here. I'm gonna lift my left leg, and you'll see that my knee will come up towards my elbow. But on the other side of my body, I'm thinking very heavy, I'm thinking song, relax. So I have this duality of lift and sink. I step out, I'm gonna make an adjustment here. And this is another song, letting everything release down. I'm not just sinking my body, but with my intent, I'm thinking of letting everything settle down, relaxing into the ground, into my leg, with the things that we talked about with alignment. So then I shift. I put my weight over to my left leg, and again, when I get there and I have arrived into my leg, I settle, release my body, release my chest, release my back, and now I'm going to move on to the next movement. And even when I'm lifting my arm, I'm thinking lift and sink. Elbows are down. I'm sinking my body. I'm about to make a shift into my front leg. I shift more of my weight there and settle in. And then bring my back foot up and step up. Everything is settling. I think of my leg, and I'm aware of my alignment through my leg, but then I think of letting everything release downward and settle down. Expanding, relax, song. And this is an internal practice that you do mixed into movement. There's some other exercises that are physical things that we're going to be doing to just release tension and let your body relax. But from those exercises, you carry that intention to other things and throughout the whole form. So continue your practice, your form, not always worrying about just is the posture correct or have I memorized the choreography well, but also focus on releasing unnecessary tension while in transition and even while in holding posture. So we'll go from there, keep practicing. Keep using this idea of sung as an intention to release tension in the body, to release heaviness and other emotions, as well as of something to practice physically in the form.